Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've heard both through caucus last week and discussions last week and now on the floor today several criticisms of this piece of legislation, and I think it's pretty important that I impart a few stories on my colleagues about some people that work back in my county and some of their history. The first story I'd like to talk about is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Glasson, and the plumbing company and heating and air conditioning companies that he and his family own employ 24 people. Kevin got his start by going to our technical school in Bucks County. He was originally rejected from the program. He got on his bike, pedaled from his Levittown house, talked to the administrators, and his courage and composure led them to accept him into the program. And now he and his wife run several successful contractor businesses that employ people with good living wages in Bucks County. Kevin is also a member of ABC. This issue is so important to Kevin that Kevin took the time to take a day off from running those companies to come up here and testify at the hearing on this bill. Likewise, a gentleman by the name of Kevin Seifert started his career as a plumber working out of the back of his station wagon. Kevin successfully runs a plumbing business now that employs roughly 35 people and is a very benevolent, just like Kevin Glasson is, they're very benevolent people in our community. Right now, any Tom, Dick, Harry, or Mary can hang out a shingle and say they're a plumber. And we have a responsibility in this body to do what's right for the protection of the residents of our community. This isn't about Flint, Michigan. This is about the senior citizens in our community. A handyman who held himself out to be a plumber in our county went and installed a hot water heater, gas-fired, in a senior citizen's basement. That plumber/handyman did not vent that hot water heater. We are very lucky that that senior citizen did not die of carbon monoxide poisoning because this individual that had whatever degree of skill held himself out to be a plumber, went and worked in somebody's home, and put that person unnecessarily in harm's way. A plumber from our community that is an advocate for this program actually went forward, found the problem, fixed the hot water heater, properly vented it, and ultimately, over the course of time, saved that property owner's life. We heard the concerns about the impacts on good contractors. Well, what are the impacts that bad contractors are having on the constituents that we meet? That is the impetus for this bill. I have worked with the plumbing community in Bucks County and this Commonwealth on this for the last several years on this issue. These are real stories. These aren't arbitrary stories. This isn't calling somebody down the street. These are real people that run businesses and want to be held to this standard. I request a yes vote. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.